Yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to Fighting with Friends. It's your boy, Brother Gaia, back again with another preview of One Friday Fights 124, which will be live Friday, 12th of September at 2 South African time on One Championship's YouTube page. And we will be doing a live watch along of that fight card on our YouTube page. So stay tuned for that. And yeah, just before I get into the preview, please drop a like on the stream, drop a share, drop a comment, do all the fancy stuff. That's pretty much just one click away. It helps the algorithm, helps our channel grow each time, one episode at a time. But like I do it all the time, we will start at the top of the card. It is a fun card, not gonna lie. Um, lots of debut fighters, but I'll get through it the best way that I can. Hopefully, based on my preview, you would be able to, make some cool parlay picks, make some money this Friday. Yeah, let's do it. Let's put some parlays together here today. It's not the official betting man segment, but hopefully, I'll be able to give you guys something to work off with when you put some money down this Friday. But it's a massive fight week ahead, obviously, a fight weekend ahead. But let's keep it with one championship. The main event has Suriyanlek taking on Decho. Interesting fight, by the way. Suriyanlek, 29 years old. His record in one championship is 8 wins, 4 losses, 6 wins by KO, 1 win by TKO. He beat Rangbong by second round KO in his last fight. It's pretty much fought like the best guys under the banner. Even though he's not a contracted fighter, he's fought against some big names, which is quite interesting. Decho, younger fighter, he's 22 years old. His record in one championship is 2 wins, 0 losses, 0 no contest. He beat Asenyu by unanimous decision in both their fights. I think the one fight was split decision. So he went back-to-back wins over the young man in Asenyu, who looked fabulous in his last Friday fight's performance. I mean, he looked absolutely amazing. I think it was like last Friday or the Friday before that. Knocking out, let me just see here quickly. He knocked out Focus. That was, yeah, it was last week. No, it was the week before. Knocked Focus out in the second round. So yeah, good fight for Decho to win. He did a very good job at being elusive, controlled the pace of the ring, controlled the geography. Doesn't have the most devastating knockout power, but I mean he's very active and a lot of volume, and he can navigate the rounds. He knows how to steal rounds. He knows how to get the points. He's coached really well. I just don't know if that's gonna get the job done here against Suriyanlek. Suriyanlek is super dangerous, right? He's been in there with some of the best dudes. Ryusi in Japan when they fought 172. He fought Tanzin, he fought Zhao Xia, he fought Pompet twice, by the way. He fought Rititete as well. Been in there with Tom Yang Kong, Black Panther, Song Pong Kong. Literally like top names, right? None of these guys are contracted, but I mean like really good names. And he's fought on the big stage. I mean, he fought on the 172 card. Actually, he fought on multiple fight night cards as well. So Suriyanlek is a bit of a what's the word I'm looking for here? Not this is a jet setter, but he's been around the block in the one championship banner and knocking people out, bro. He's either getting finished or he's finishing people all the time, and that's the kind of fighter Suriyanlek is. So I just wonder if Decho is going to be able to implement the game plan and survive, because Suriyanlek is the kind of fighter where, a bit like Yodlek Pet, stocky, short, but dynamite in the hands, gonna knock you out when he lands on you. Good low kicks. Doesn't really low kick you the way, let's say, Iri, low kicks you, right? Where it's gonna mess up your legs. He low kicks you in a way that sets up his boxing, right? And that's what makes Suriyanlek so amazing, because the low kicks, in fact, it's very reminiscent of the way Kulab Dam was low kicking Lobo, the recent memory. Where it's like hard inside low kicks, hard outside low kicks, but it's getting get the opponent to sort of do something about it, which then favors Suriyanlek, because all he really wants is a car crash moment. Suriyanlek is not going to try and beat you up for 3 rounds, pop out the jab, get the body, and just win the rounds. Suriyanlek wants to knock you the fuck out. He wants to end your lights right then and there. That's the kind of fighter he is. So it's just a matter of time before he lands on Decho, and that's when I want to see what Decho looks like. Because fighting on the outside looks phenomenal, and he had the same opponent back to back, so there's not much to go off, right? He fought the same guy twice in his last 2 fights, so it's like he wasn't really tested. look, granted, Asaniwa put in a good fight in their first fight, but the second fight was very much one-sided. And Decho just, like I said, just looked very clean of the two fighters. So he's going to do that here. I suspect Decho to be able to land a lot more than Suriyanlek, right? Stay on the outside, let the jab goes, let the 1-2s goes, throw a deep, throw a high kick, step off, look for counters. I expect him to be the more elusive fighter here. But it's a big but. I don't know if Decho has got the power to put Suriyanlek away. That's a big thing for me, first and foremost. And then also, when Suriyanlek, actually, I do think he's more durable. When he takes that shot and he goes forward and he starts creating this pressure moment where Decho's going to have to be on his bike now, he's going to have to be on his toes and he's going to have to be smart here because, you got this bull coming at you. What does Decho do then? Is he going to keep moving on the outside? In my opinion, I've never seen a fight with Suriyanlek where an opponent was able to stay away from him for long enough to stay away from his punching power. I mean, the UC beat him. That was an unanimous decision. That was kickboxing, by the way. So it favored the UC a lot more than what it would favor Suriyanlek. When Suriyanlek fought Jiao, I was able to stay on the outside, beat him up, don't get touched by Suriyanlek, and pretty much just cruise to a decision win, right? When he fought against Pompet, more of the same. None of the guys that beat Suriyanlek has knocked him out. They all just decisioned him by out-voluming him, maybe attacking his legs, and really making it difficult for Suriyanlek to get back into that knockout situations. That's how they beat him. They out-volume him. So Decho can pretty much do that. It's just a matter of, I don't know if he's going to be able to stay away from Suriyanlek long enough before Suriyanlek lands something big on him, right? So in terms of my pick for the win here, I'm going to go with Suriyanlek. I think just because he's so durable, I know he's one-dimensional. I know what you get is what you see, what you get is just the guy that's going to keep his hands up here. He's going to walk forward, try and take a shot of yours, and then land something on you, then cracks you, and then he's going to unload. A whole bunch of heavy stuff, right? That's Suriyanlek for you. It's easier said than done to evade that the whole time, right? Especially over 3 rounds. It's easier said than done. So I expect Decho to look really well in the first round, maybe even win the first round, maybe even win the second round as well. But once Suriyanlek decides to say, okay, I'm biting down on my mouthpiece here and I'm going to go forward and I'm going to try and run through you, it's more likely than not that he's going to be able to do that successfully. He's going to be able to run right through you. And I expect Suriyanlek to do exactly that here. I expect him to give up maybe the first round, but then maybe round 2 and 3, he's going to put it on Decho and get the finish. That's what I suspect to be in that fight. If you got a different opinion, please let me know in the comments, ladies and gentlemen. For now, I'm going to keep it moving to the co-main event. Fantastic co-main event, by the way. It is the return. I say return, but I mean, he's fought quite frequently in the One Championship so far. Mammoth taking on Muay in the flyweight Muay Thai division. Couple of young studs on show here, and Mammoth's looking fantastic, guys. He's looking super, super deadly of late. And I'm a big fan, bro. He's a tall flyweight. He's got a lot of height of a lot of the guys, but also he's a very, very skillful fighter. What I like about him the most is that he's got composure. That's a brilliant weapon to have in a fight, is to have composure. Because when you're composed, the heart rate isn't spiked. You're a lot more relaxed in there, and you can see things happening. And that's what Mammoth is really good at. And if you pair that up with the good skill set that he has, it's phenomenal. Okay, speaking of kid, Mammoth's 18 years old. His record in One Championship is 2 wins, 1 loss, 0 no contest. 2 wins by KO. He beat Retetet by 3rd round KO in his last fight. Looked just absolutely amazing in that fight. This is bullying Retetet, who looked like he wanted to be the bully in that fight. Mammoth was just too good for him. Muay is 23 years old. His record in his One Championship is 2 wins, 3 losses, 0 no contest. 2 wins by KO. 2-fight losing streak, and he lost to Wutikrai by 1st round KO. I mean, Wutikrai, another young stud in the flyweight division that's just looking like it's going to be something special. In fact, I'm just going to say this now. I know I've been saying it before, but the flyweight division has got a lot of 19, 18, 20-year-olds that's just chewing up the division, bro. And I'm saying that now. As long as Rotang, Kong Thorani, Nong O stays in the flyweight division, these younger fighters, he's going to have to put a lot more work in before we can start talking about them as champions. But I can tell you now, they're definitely going to be champions. There's a lot of their names. I can't think of all of them right now, but just Wutikrai, Mammoth, Akif, Uluzara, Jordan Estupinan, Johan Estupinan, Jojo Ghazali. The list goes on. There's a bunch of young guys that's just like wiping out this division right now. Toy Len, another one just looking absolutely amazing. And so let's pay attention to those particular names as we progress in the one championship. Coming back to this fight, who I think is going to win? I'm going to go Memot. I think he's got the advantages in terms of. Oh, sorry, let me give you some Uemui stats as well. Uemui is 23 years old. His record in one. I told you that already. Excuse me. The two losses that he has back to back is against Wutikrai as well as Avad Gordon. Excuse me. He did beat Muga Saito by a second round KO. He lost to Omar Quinta, who's also a good fighter. I haven't seen Omar Quinta fight in a while, but surprised there. I would love to see him compete a bit more. And he also beat Rito Takazono by second round KO. So Imo is good, right? Strong boxing. Fight against Wutikra, I thought he was going to look a little bit better, but I also felt that Wutikra was going to beat him up because of the height discrepancy. And Wutikra also super skillful, bro. Super skillful. And also, like I said, just like Memot, big for the division. A lot of the flyweight guys don't make 6 foot, and Memot and Wutikra is teetering on the 6 foot line, so they're pretty tall dudes. Memot, on top of that height discrepancy and the composure, like I mentioned earlier, he's also got the skill set that can take Imoy out of there. Imoy is a very fundamental boxer by trade. Defensively, not sound, but durability wise, takes the shots like a typical mind fighter, right? But that's a problem in my eyes because there's no guard. You know what I mean? There's no slipping and ripping. It's just take the shot, go forward, blah, 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 take the shot, go forward again. And there's just so much you can do with that before you start actually taking the damage, right? I mean, Mot, he's not only is he a fantastic striker with the body kicks and the high kicks and the elbows and just all the array of Muay Thai weapons, he's also, he sets those shots up really well. He knows how to manage his distance. And in my eyes, these are all problems for Uemui that he's not going to be able to get through. Especially if he's going to come in there and just try and box against a striker like Memot. Not going to happen. Memot's just going to be too elusive, be on the outside, be too strong, be too fast. Counter heavy is also going to work in his favor, especially because Uemui is going to try and walk him down, which I think is going to, in fact, it's going to, whether Uemui tries to walk Memot down or Memot walks him down, either scenario, it's going to favor Memot in my opinion. So I'm going to go Memot for the win here, possibly a finish as well. Highly likely going to be a finish. But if it goes decision, I also wouldn't be surprised because I mean, Emoi's got a very good durability. But I think Memot's going to be too killer-like for him. Too fast, he has the instinct to go in there and take the fight in different avenues, bro. Whether it's outside, on the inside, whether it's on a clinch, Memot's got the advantages in my opinion. So I think he's going to get the job done there. But if you've got a different opinion, you know where that comment section is. Let me know, please, ladies and gentlemen. Then we got a couple of debutants here. Hard to find some information on these guys. I checked them out on Apology. Checked them out on Wikipedia, which I don't really like going on Wikipedia, by the way. I just looked around to see for more information on these two fighters. Sandro Bossi taking on Kirill Shishek. And yeah, nothing to go with here. Bantamweight Muay Thai, that's all I can say. It's a division that's finally going to have a champion because we just got the announcement after the 173 press conference that Noom Surin will be fighting against Naraki Yoshinari at 173 for the atomweight title. So this division is going to have a champion now, and I think that's a very good sign. And I think maybe Sandro Bossi and Kirill Sishek is going to be in and around that division for maybe title contention. I don't know anything about them. I don't know what their styles are like. I don't know what's the buzz here. But I'm guessing or I'm surmising that these two fighters are going to be a shake-up for the atomweight division. And that's probably why they're so high up on the fight card, right? Because they could easily be at the bottom. But at the bottom is also filled with a lot of debutant fighters. But yeah, if you got any opinions, please let me know, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to skip through this one and stop on this fight where we have Kong Burapa taking on Yud Odon in the 113. So these guys are also pretty much atomweight fighters. Kong Burapa is 25 years old. His record is one championship is 1 win, 1 loss, 0 no contest. He beat Nitikon by unanimous decision in his last fight, standing at 5-3. Powerful puncher, good strikes, nothing too fancy. Of the two fights that I did see, the one fight that I did watch that's like vividly in my brain is the one against Kunsuk, and Kunsuk knocked him out in the third round. So that, and when he came back and beat Notikun, I was like, okay, good performance, nothing too amazing to go about. Good win to get back into the win column, right? Udon, I think, is the better fighter. He's 27 years old. His record in one championship is zero losses. Zero wins, two losses, no contest, two-fight losing streak. He lost to Toyota and TI by KO. But also, if we're being real here, Toyota and TI are arguably some of the good names when it comes to the atomweight division in terms of like fighting frequently, breaking into the top 10, and also just really good fighters, in my opinion. And Yodudon getting KO'd by them, I would go, it's unlucky, it's unfortunate, but it's also against some names that are consistent and also good winners of the organization, right? Like TI and Toyota have put on some good fights, right? So I think Yodudon is probably going to get the job done here. I think he's going to win over 3 rounds. There might be a finish in this fight. If there is going to be a finish, it's probably going to come from Yodudon. Kong Burapa is a good decision fighter, competent in what he does. But I think Yodudon is the kind of fighter that pushes the pace. That's why he was getting KO'd against TI and Toyota, is because those are knockout artists. And Yodudon like chased them down and took the fight to them, and he made it a bit of a fight and just got caught. He just got clipped. And that's unfortunate when you're fighting in his 4-ounce Muay Thai gloves, is that when you do decide to go in the car crash, it's like you need to prepare your mind that in this next 10 to 15 seconds that we're going to get into a car crash, one of us is going to go down. And if you're going to go up against Toyota and TI, there's a good chance that you're probably going to get caught to something massive, because those two fighters in particular are known for their power punching and for their knockouts. So I'm still going to go with Yodudon, even though he's on a 2-fight losing streak. I saw enough to know that he's a good fighter. He just fought against guys that are it's like 50-50 kind of fights. You're going to either beat him or they're going to knock you out. And then Kong Purapa is a bit too much of a safe fighter, in my opinion, man. Doesn't do much to, um, get to like finishing positions. It's more of like a do the fundamentals really well, and you're most likely going to win the fight. And that's a very good strategy to deploy. But when you're up against like fighters like Yodudon, who doesn't really give you time to breathe, you can't be the cleanest fighter, right? You're gonna have to fight. It's gonna have to be an ugly fight, and I think that's where Yodudon's gonna catch him. But if you have a different opinion, let me know in the comments, please, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry if I'm going a little bit too fast today. Just in terms of my recording time and schedule, I have to do some other things, and so my time is a little bit limited today. So we keep it moving down the card. We have a fight between Kong Poksei taking on Payak Krut. This is 123 pounds. These are strawweight MMA guys, strawweight Muay Thai guys. Kong Poksei is 21 years old. His record in one championship is 0 wins, 2 losses, 0 no contests. He's also on a 2-fight losing streak. He lost to Jonathan Santos, the bias, by KO in his last fight. I would like that sometimes. Payak Krut is 19 years old. His record in one championship is 0 wins. 0 wins, 1 loss, 0 no contest. He lost to Kasan Salumov by unanimous decision. So both guys losing to some good names, right? Some good style points kind of fighters. Jonathan Santos is a very stylish kind of fighter. And then Kasan Salumov, one half of the Salumov twins, is also very stylish fighters, right? Also dominant in that strawweight division. So both of them have put on some good performances. But who's going to win here? I am going to tip it to, it's very 50-50. It's a pick-em fight. But I'm going to tip it to Payak Krut, just ever so slightly, right? Because he's lost against Kasan Salumov. I thought that was going to be a difficult fight for him every day of the week. I thought he was going to have a tough time against Salumov. But he fought well. Look, he lost every round, but he fought well. He made it competitive. He tried to stay in there with his punches, try and stay in there with elbow counters, utilize some good kicks. But all in all, he was just overwhelmed by the trickiness of Salumov. Kong Poksei, he did okay against Jonathan Santos. Had a good first round, but then Jonathan Santos just took it to him round 1, and pretty much sunk in the finish. Let me just see. That was round 2 when he got that KO, right? Round 1. So he was doing okay, but up until that KO point, he was kind of just surviving. And Deontay Santos, lots of volume, lots of sharp boxing. Basically, he had Kong Poxy under the gun the whole time, and the finish was close. The finish was always going to come, right? Because he wasn't anywhere near in that fight in terms of landing clean shots on Deontay Santos. So in this fight, it's pretty much 50-50. Both guys are going to need a win here. But I'm going to edge it to Payakut just because I think he had a tougher fight and he did okay in that fight against Solomov. So I'm going to go back Surin for the win. I'm not too sure how, but I think he's going to get the job done. Then we got some other debutants. Don't know anything about these guys. Sipak Lang, Sipa Lang taking on Dead. Dead. Just a mad Dead. It's a mad name. So I'm gonna stay tuned for that particular fight because I don't know anything about the guys, but seem like fun characters just because of their names. So yeah, let's go. If you have any information about them, drop it in the comments for me, please, ladies and gentlemen. We're gonna keep it moving to the featured bout on the fight card. We have the former bantamweight kickboxing champion Alaverdi Ramazanov taking on Dernchon, and I don't know anything about Dernchon, but I'm expecting him to be just a high level fighter if you take it on a former champion in Ramazanov. Ramazanov is 30 years old. His record about championship is 7 wins, 6 losses, 0 no contest. He's got 3 wins by KO, 1 win by TKO, and he lost to Petanong Pets Fergus by second round TKO in his last fight. But other than that, though, he's also been in there with some really good names, bro. Like Ramazanov is a top fighter, very skillful. He also fought against Nong O. He fought against Capitan Pong Suri. Capitan twice. Who else has he been in there? Samapek Vertex. Yeah, he's fought some really good names, right? And like I said, former champion as well. I think he's gonna get the job done, but I'm gonna reserve that opinion just because I haven't seen Dernchon fight before. I don't know what his style is all about. In fact, let me just go and see if I can find any information on him on Topology. I think I did type his name in on Topology, but I don't know if I got any information on the dude. Dernchon, nope, nothing. So there you have it. Nothing to really go off on him, but I'm just happy to see Ramazanov back. I really am. I think he's a skillful fighter. He should be hitting his prime now at 30 years old. So let's see if his road back to the title run is gonna be there. This is a Muay Thai fight. It's not in kickboxing, so very interested to see what Ramazanov looks like. 'Cause in terms of kickboxing, the dude is stylish, bro. He's a fantastic fighter to watch in kickboxing. I'm keen to see what it looks like in Muay Thai. I'm not too sure what his buzz is here, but very interested to see. So I'm gonna go for Ramazanov for the win, but that's only because I know him and I've seen him fight before. But I'm also wouldn't be surprised if he loses to Dernchon, just because Dernchon is it's a wild card. Yeah, we don't know anything about him. Another debut fighter. We have Zhao Chongyang taking on Arman Muradi. Don't know anything about Muradi. This is bantamweight kickboxing, but Zhao Chongyang has got some good records here. He's 28 years old. Let me just see. He's fought under what looks like a Chinese banner, WLF. Yeah, not bad. I mean, doesn't say what his current streak is, but let me just count here. He's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 kickboxing fights with 2, 5, 6, 7 wins. Not too bad. Couple of decisions, couple of TKO wins. Not too bad, right? So he's kickboxing heavy. So let's see what that fight looks like. Not too sure what to go off on it, to be honest with you, but very interested to see what it looks like. Otherwise, I'm gonna keep it moving. The return of Nongam taking on Esther Viola. I think Viola only has one fight recorded. I can't really remember what else. This fight kind of feels like a layup for me for Nongam. Nongam is 30 years old. Record in one championship is 5 wins, 1 loss, 0 no contest. She's got 2 wins by KO. She lost to Chabacao by split decision in the last fight. This tells you how good Chabacao is. Like, because Nongam was on a 5-fight win streak before that and knocking people out. So, yeah, good to see her back. Good to see another legend, back at it again. I'm gonna just open up here a little bit. it is a bit of an overcast day today here in Cape Town, South Africa. But yeah, Esther Viola, like I said, this is a debut fight in one championship, one win only on a typology page. So yeah, it's looking like a layup for me. But also a fight against Chabakau arguably should have been a layup as well, but Chabakau pretty much fucked it up. So yeah, kind of tells you how good Chabakau actually is. But Nongam should get the win here, probably get the finish as well. So I'm expecting that to be the result in this fight. Just happy to see Nongam back. Hopefully she can start making a run at that strawweight, at the weight division again. But we keep it moving. This is another debutant here. We have Son Shei taking on Hikaru Furimura from Japan. Song Shei, let me just see if I can get some information on the young man here. Nothing on typology again. Sucks. Major ass. But this is 128 Muay Thai. And Hikaru, he has fought in one championship before. He's 24 years old. He has one win. That's only one fight. And he beat one of the Pitch brothers in Kayas Muhammad, first round KO. Wild fight. It's just absolutely madness. Go watch that fight back. Just madness. I think there was 3 knockdowns in that first round. One for Pitch, and then 2 for Hikaru, and then ultimately finishing the fight. But yeah, crazy fight. So I'm gonna go with Hikaru, but also again, I don't like giving picks on debutants that I don't know. Let's see what happens here in this fight. I'm expecting a wild one here again because Hikaru is just a straight up killer. Right, we'll keep it moving where we have MMA bout between Jason Moralpez. He's taking on Ryohei Kurosawa. Yeah, here we go. Ryohei Kurosawa. Jason Morales is 21 years old, coming out of the Philippines. This is strawweight MMA. He's 21 years old. His record in one championship is 2 wins, 1 loss, 0 no contest, and 1 win by KO, 1 win by TKO, 2-fight winning streak, and he beat Hirzati by around 1 TKO. Very good strawweight. All for strawweight division. He's 5'8" as well. Very much of a high-pace kind of fighter. Relentless. Goes balls to the wall. Loves to get the finish. Fantastic striking. Something about the Philippines now they fight, dude. They love to push the pace. You know, Shadow Cat's another example. Denise Ambawanga, another example. Joshua Pacquiao, another example. Jason Moralpez. There was another fighter that fought out of the Philippines 2 weeks ago. I can't remember his name. But the pace that they put on you and the well-roundedness is, it's insane and it's relentless. But it's a big but. I have seen them tire out in the later rounds. Only so far, Joshua Pacquiao, Denise Ambawanga, and Shadow Cat has shown me that they can go 5 rounds without really getting tired. So let's see what happens here. Kurosawa, he's 32 years old. This is one championship debut. But his typology page says that he's got 19 wins, 4 losses, 0 no contest, 5-fight win streak, 8 wins by KO, 3 wins by sub. Fighting at the Japanese promotion of, let's see, Shuto, I think is what it's called. And then also Pancreas. I can't be the name of the promotion. Pancreas? That's fucking mad. But anyway, he's fought in those 2 promotions for majority of his career. And has been quite successful, actually. Only recording 4 losses, bro. Looking really good. Good finishing rate as well. So this should be a good fight. This should actually be a very, very good fight. So I'm looking forward to it. I don't know who's going to win. Early pick, I'm going to go Jason Moralpez. He's taken on a much more experienced athlete in Ryosei. But also a lot of Kurosawa's fights have predominantly been in Japan. I'm looking at his record here, and I'm only really seeing Japanese names that he's fought against. So as much as it looks phenomenal, he has not fought outside of Japan. And that for me is a big, big red flag. Massive red flag, actually. And that's why I'm going to go with Jason here. He's got a bit more of a diversity in terms of opponents, which usually makes for better fighters at the end of the day. So yeah, let's go Jason Moralpez. And then to open the bout, there's Ivan Bondochuk taking on Kamal Kusunov. I don't know anything about these dudes. I know Ivan has been in one championship for some time, 28 years old, on a 3-fight win streak. Looking good days. Last fight he beat Abdul Gazif by round 2 KO. So yeah, let's see what we can get in this fight. not too sure what to make here. Yeah, let's just see. Hopefully, it kicks off the card good for us tomorrow. But that's my thoughts on the fight card. Hopefully, you guys can put some parlays based on that information. If you made it this far, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Looking forward to seeing all of you on our live watch along of One Friday Fights 124 on YouTube at 2:30 South African Standard Time. Check your local listings for that. But also, what you can expect from us. I don't think we're doing other lives this weekend, but I know we're going to be tuning into the UFC this week because there's back-to-back cards. But then we will do a nice live recap on Monday, which is where we want to kind of get the audiences in. That's the whole point of doing it on a Monday, is especially in the evening, is to recap the weekend shenanigans, but also get your perspective. That's the point of doing it live, is we want to get your thoughts, get your comments about these fights. I'm sure you've got opinions. I'm sure you don't agree a lot of what we say here on Fighting with Friends. So then let's see. Let's get some banter going. I'd love to get some banter going. But on that note, ladies and gentlemen, please have a very, very good rest of your week. Hope to see you on the Friday Fights cards tomorrow. But that is my time. And yeah, have a very good one. See you in the next one. Cheers.